So I just immediately like...
We saw some raccoons.
He started talking trash a bit about Copenhagen Flames.
Oh, no way.
Hey, I'm gonna catch one.
It's time for the gauntlet challenge.
What is the gauntlet?
No. It's the f***ing goal!
No way, this is last place.
It went really badly.
I wouldn't say it's good, because I would say it was great.
Let's go, baby!
What's going on, Blast TV? They finally gave me my own show, so let's make it good. I've flown in Counter-Strike gods from all over the world to come and be grilled by me on their past, present, and future. We've got interviews, great moments, and finally, all new gauntlet map made to test the skills of our upcoming guests. Welcome to your new favorite televised vacation. This is the Launders Show. Tonight, we've got a player who wears his heart on his sleeve. A guy who was a part of the strongest core in CSGO history. Somebody who, if you looked his name up, would be synonymous and right beside entry fragger in CSGO. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, dupreeh. Shake everyone's hand. Thank you for clapping. Thank you for being here. We're so excited to have you tonight, dupreeh.
Thank you.
You can't say no to this next question, so just want to start off on the right foot. Would you like a glass of water?
Yes, please.
Okay, we are in the right country for tap water.
Yeah, we are.
We could argue the best tap water in the world. Do you drink a lot of water?
I try to. Yeah. I have a tendency of drinking too much coffee, so I'm trying to give myself a little bit more water.
You got to balance it out. It's the long con, isn't it, dupreeh? You've been playing forever, and you are a player who has so much longevity in the game. Was there a moment where you noticed, okay, now I've got to take my body a little bit more seriously? I already know how to play Counter-Strike.
Yeah. It's actually been a huge change. You know, I've been part of the professional scene for a long time, and back in Astralis, we started learning about all these benefits that it could give you inside the game. Eating healthy and drinking a lot of water and doing regular workouts. Mm-hmm. So I think that is where everything comes from.
Did you ever have a surreal moment when you were first starting to kind of become a professional Counter-Strike player?
I've had so many different, both awkward and funny ones and exciting ones, and ever since I've gotten like famous in that sense, I'm going out with my friends that are like my longtime friends. You know, they think it has been, in the beginning, it was also really surreal for them because all of a sudden, random people were coming up to me asking for an autograph or a photo or whatever it could be, and for them they were just like, it's just Peter, like why do you want his autograph and whatever it is, you know. That's also a thing that's kind of weird.
dupreeh, we live in a time where gamers are under attack.
Yes.
We are attacked for our lifestyle, for our hobbies. Are internet friends real friends?
100%, yes, 100%. My best friend as of now is someone that I started talking with maybe 7, 8 years ago. And back then, he was a former professional Counter-Strike player in Counter-Strike Source. I knew about him, but we never really spoke. And then all of a sudden, we found ourselves playing some games together. And now we're just hanging out in real life as well. You know, we're spending vacations together and all that stuff. So it doesn't really matter for me.
Can you play Counter-Strike with these friends, or are they not good enough?
Yeah, I can play Counter-Strike. You know, they're not bad, but they're not professional either. So it's a big mix, but they know how to shoot. Usually in the position where I need to some sort of carry as well by fragging, but also in-game reeling, but also doing all the utilities. So it can be a kind of a hard mix sometimes.
And then, so what's your name on Steam when you have to carry your friends secretly?
I have a few fake nicks. I rarely go by dupreeh, actually.
What's your name on Tarkov?
My name is K. Dot, and then N-E-P-P-E-T, which is Nippet. And if you put things together, it means knibble, which is a fun way of writing. It actually means get in English.
Okay. Do you watch any anime, dupreeh?
No, actually no. I think that's like the one thing I do not watch.
There's anime fans at home listening and they're crying right now. So do you have anything to say to them?
Whatever makes you happy. I mean,
hopefully they feel better about that.
I hope so. I mean, like, do whatever you do. I mean, I don't judge what people do. Whatever they can watch and do whatever. I just don't feel like anime is something for me.
What about movements?
About what? What's that? Yeah. Okay, I know that.
That's a movement. I mean,
what are they called? A
movement.
Mooman.
Yeah.
Mumitroll. That's the Danish word.
Yes, exactly.
The Moomies.
There we go. I wanted to ask you because when you play Counter-Strike, people know when you play Counter-Strike, you can't play single-player games anymore. They're not hard enough. They're not challenging enough. There's not enough going on. Have you always played single-player games?
Yes, I still do.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, I do.
I was going to say that Tarkov is like the perfect next game where it's multiplayer, it's not Counter-Strike, but it's still fun.
Tarkov has a really steep learning curve. I do, and I have played a lot of Tarkov. Obviously.
Oh, I know.
You know?
Yeah, because Blast London, I remember you guys, it was like after games, we had the prac rooms downstairs and we were all in the area watching movies and stuff like that, and you guys were playing Tarkov.
Nice. Now that the season has started, I'm playing less because I don't have as much time, but whenever I'm off, I could do that. But it's a game that I surely enjoy. But I also enjoy playing single-player games. The only thing I have with single-player games is that I always try to do the 100%, so
Oh, really?
Yeah, it takes
You're a completionist.
Yeah, but it takes ages. And
Yeah.
it's so stupid. I've only completed one game 100%, so I don't know why I'm keep doing it, because I always fall off, but I can't stop it.
Is that game Counter-Strike, dupreeh?
No, that's actually Spider-Man.
Yes, okay, got it. So dupreeh, amazing to talk to you so far, and I want to talk to you more, but first I'd like to go and watch some clips, and then we can continue this conversation. I want to see if we can jog your memory here, so we get the clip from the demo itself, but you already recognize it, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, one thing is from the skin. One is that I'm playing the AWP right now, and on the T side, so it's me main opping and it's against SK. And the reason why I was playing AWP was that the device was sidelined because of personal reasons. Yeah, it was just crazy. I'm in a situation where I need to clutch it, and I start spamming the smoke, and I just remember the crowd going crazy. Cold Sure runs through, and I just like la 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 la, and then everything just went crazy.
You were kind of forced to op,
Yeah.
but then you continued opping, of course, and you had a great tournament.
This tournament, I had a really good tournament here, and then I thought, so easy opping. We went to a major at once. We had a discussion within the team. dev1ce actually felt like playing a little bit of rifle. I was like, sure, I've been doing pretty well on the AWP and this tournament, so I'm just going to continue. I think I had a really bad first game. Then I had a really good second game. And then things started to get crucial because it was the old system where you would, it was only best of ones all the way through. I remember I think we were playing against Cloud9. The old Cloud9 that was Skedoodle and Automatic and Tarek and whatever it was. And what happened is that I tell dev1ce in the middle of a game where I'm not hitting it, I'm doing it. I was like, Nikolai, we're gonna swap back. And he's like, okay. And we made the swap mid-game.
Mid-game?
Yeah, mid-game.
He gave him the op.
Yeah, I was like, take the op back. He's like, okay.
Yeah.
And we just decided to go back to the old thing. So I started rifling and he started playing op.
I have a dupreeh story.
Yeah.
But I just remember I was with Paula. It was right after you guys had just won an event. dupreeh walked out of the doors after just winning, had his headphones on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I
And
remember
Paula
that
comes up to dupreeh and he goes, what are you listening to?
Yeah.
You're like bouncing around. You just won the event. Your teammates are out there, but you're not talking to anybody. You're just listening to music.
I remember that, yeah.
And so guess what dupreeh was listening to? You always remember dupreeh with a banana in his hand, right?
Yes.
But do you remember a dupreeh who is listening to Donkey Kong Country theme songs on his headphones after he wins tournaments? Because that's the dupreeh that we met that day.
It was perfect. I still do that.
Yeah, you still do
sometimes.
that?
Yeah. Maybe not the same one, but the other ones. I don't know. There's a lot of nostalgia for me in that sense. That's what I used to play when I was a kid.
Okay.
It makes me relax. Sometimes when I need to sleep, I listen to stuff like that. It's really good for me to get the mood in the right setting. For me, it was letting go of all the stress, and that's why I decided to listen to music to just get everything going.
Yeah, you've had a lot of stress. I mean, a lot of success and a lot of stress. I think the pinnacle of that was Cato.
Sure.
Because that was, after 2018, you won everything. Mm-hmm. Coming in 2019, you're still winning. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you've been comfortable to talk about it.
No, I'm more comfortable. I've shared the story many times, so it's fine.
Obviously, dupreeh had lost his father coming into the event. We saw huxi come into the Blast World final. Yeah. I immediately thought about you and what you were thinking.
Sure.
So first, let me get your thoughts on that. Did you have anything that come into your minds?
I don't know the whole story about how huxi lost his father. From what I've heard, from what I think is that it seemed very sudden. In some sense, it was more tragic than with my own father, because I knew that my father would eventually pass away because he had cancer for multiple years, and in the end, it was more about when being at the tournament, we were like, is he actually gonna go home? But then at the same time, as he also said, it's a good way of getting your thoughts away from it, because there's nothing you can do. You can't really change it anyway. I at least got that feeling when it was when my dad passed away, that you want to prove something. Like you just get this next extra level of energy and commitment and dedication. I know it's kind of weird, but it just hits you in a different way. Also for your teammates, I think you want to help, like you want to prove something and you want to be there for the guys. So I think they were just hit by this next level of dedication and commitment to the game. I'm not saying that that's the sole reason why they won, because they also played really solid CS, but it definitely helped. And
then I didn't mean to compare your pain to huxi's. Obviously, they're both valid. It was mostly about the idea that I wondered, did you have the same kind of bittersweet feeling that when you finished the tournament, huxi was able to win the Blast World final, and when you won Katowice, obviously that's another moment that you would have probably loved to have shared with your father. Is there that feeling of, it's great that I was able to turn this into something strong, but at the same time, obviously, I would never sacrifice.
No, of course. Yeah. If we could go back and trade, that that we would have our father back, then instead of having to win a tournament, I think we would do that. I mean, I don't know Hooks that well, actually. So I just said to him, if you want to share something or talk with someone that's been in the same situation, he's very welcome to text me. I just wanted to let him know that I was thinking of him because it's a tough situation. And
on camera, I'm making YouTube videos and trashing players and teams, and players are trash talking each other. But when the game's done and when the cameras are off, people are supporting each other. And do you feel that sense of camaraderie amongst like your teammates, but also with other teams when you're at events?
The majority of people, I think, has this mutual respect for each other. So I think that is really, really good. And I was when just to go back to Katowice when I lost my father, I was comforted by so many people, like also from people that I did not expect to come comforting me, or rivals or whatever it was. Everyone was doing it because you could put the professional thing, the career thing aside, and you'd go on the more personal level, and that is it's a lot more serious than the career thing. Like after all, we're just humans, and after all, it is just a job. Yeah. So I think that was like the moment where I realized that a lot of that we have actually a really good atmosphere in the Counter-Strike team.
Oh yeah, well, dupreeh, founding member of the roster of Astralis, and I wanted to bring up a tweet that you had mentioned. It's nothing terrible, but it was just to signify the point at which Astralis ended up splitting up. Here it is. Do you want to read it yourself?
Sure. So, today has marked the end of Astralis this time around. I'm proud of everything we've achieved, everyone involved in and outside of the game. You've made a part of who I am today, and I couldn't ask for more. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Update soon. Heart emoji and hands together emoji.
Hands together emoji. Prayer hands emoji. Yes, this is a very, very wholesome tweet to mark the end of the biggest and last era that we've seen in CSGO with a legendary roster. Anything about that kind of split that after some time that you've thought about has kind of come up again in your mind?
Sure. As you mentioned, I think when dev1ce told the team that he would not resign, I think that is what tipped the scale definitely for the team. And we realized that we would lose a really important piece of the puzzle. Those years in Astralis, the 18, 19, beginning of 20 and whatnot, was probably the best years of my life in terms of like in my career. It kind of makes sense. We won pretty much everything, and we had a really good atmosphere in the team, and we were on top of everything, and we just felt like kings.
Just for you to understand exactly how famous Astralis were, in Copenhagen while they were Astralis. When I walked into Fields, which is the big mall here, the first thing I saw was a cardboard cutouts of all 5 of their players inside of the middle of the mall. And then I went into a convenience store, and then there was like an energy drink ad with all of their faces on it. Everywhere. And then I remember I went into an elevator, and somebody recognized me, and they were like, "Launders, what are you doing here?" And it was like the Blast Fall Final was happening across the street that same day. Yeah. And that's when I realized, like, man, he knows all about Counter-Strike, recognized me, and still didn't even know the event was happening. That's how pervasive it is throughout Copenhagen.
It's really, really big.
Is that why you moved?
No.
Okay.
I did not. I moved because of my girlfriend.
Okay. One last thing to bring up here. We've got the Paris Major. Okay, the Paris Major ahead. You're on Vitality.
Yep.
I've seen friggin' holograms of ZywOo in Paris.
Yeah.
This major must mean a hell of a lot, and you've already expressed that your desire to win a major now with a new roster and with Vitality, and to really stay one step ahead, as you were talking about. You have the 4 majors, but now you want 5, and so then no one can catch up, right?
I'm all in for creating personal results as well, where I can. I'm never going to reach the heights of Simple and ZywOo in terms of individual skills. So in that department, I'm more about the results. So for me, winning the 5th major would be incredible. Coming into the Paris major, which is, first of all, really important for the team. It's important for every team out there, but more importantly for our team, because we have French guys and we can play on home soil in that sense. But it's also really important for Vitality. It's a French organization that they've seen this one. They've been looking for this one for many years to come, and now it's finally here. So yeah, there is a lot of pressure now, but there's going to be even more pressure the closer we get to the tournament. There is expectations that has to be met for sure, and everything with you coming into this major, that is pure preparation. Right. We need to be at our peak when we come to the major, and that's the expectation that I think that a lot of people have for us. So for us, it's all about putting in a lot of hard work and figuring out how we want to get there, because there's a lot of work to be put in, but I mean, I'm just looking very much forward to play the major.
So we've already heard a lot of funny stuff from you, and I know that with Vitality, there was something I wanted to ask about. There was the crazy trek that you guys made up a mountain, through snow. Was it barefoot, uphill both ways?
Sorry, what? No.
I talked to Magis about it. He said he almost died. Is that true?
I wouldn't say he almost died.
Yeah.
But I think he felt it was tough.
Okay.
He felt it was tough. So our manager is a former Olympic attendee, I guess you could say. So he was in charge of planning the first boot camp together with the new team. And of course we go to, it's called Saint-Deagle, which is it's like a place in France. That's where he lives. And we didn't know what to expect. And we were told to have outdoor stuff, you know, like big jackets and big boots and whatnot.
He didn't tell you that.
He didn't tell us what to do. And we started doing this hike, and it was all planned as a mission where we had different goals to reach. Like we have a GPS tracker. Imagine 5 nerds running around with a GPS tracker having to find something within the forest.
They're like, oh, you guys know how to use radar,
yes.
right?
Yeah. And we had 3 or 4 like kind of guides, like really experienced people in this area, because it could be kind of dangerous. So the first thing we were gonna find with this GPS tracker was a tent. So we were like, oh, we're gonna sleep outside, and it's like minus 20 degrees. They eventually told us that we'd have to go back to the cottage to sleep because there was gonna be a storm, and it was gonna be very dangerous to be outside. So they were like, okay, maybe it's gonna be a little bit too hard on these guys.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah. So and that was like day 1, and then the second day we were supposed to go on another hike, find new objectives, and we would have a map that we had to look through. You know, it's all about task where you had to communicate and guide through.
You're talking about one of those paper maps that we don't use anymore, right?
Yeah, it was.
You keep up in the windshield in the 90s.
That's actually a funny story. I don't know if I don't know if it's only on me, so.
Perfect.
Okay, I'll share it.
Let's go.
Maybe 2 weeks prior, I destroyed my phone. So I had just gotten a new phone. It was the newest iPhone at the time. Yeah, you know, I was on my phone and I had to pee. So and you know, you see, you have the toilet. That's like right here, and then you'd have like a window up here, a little bit curved, you know.
So you can see the bears coming.
Yeah. So I was just like, I put my phone up there. All of a sudden, I hear someone, you know, like tries to, and it's Sonic, you know. I panic that I thought that maybe I didn't lock the door.
Oh yeah.
So I'm standing here, my phone is up here.
Yeah.
I hit my phone with my elbow as the phone goes bloop.
Into the toilet.
So my phone is lying in the toilet with my own pee in it.
Yeah.
So I just immediately like get my hand inside the toilet, realizing that the phone has gotten stuck because, you know, the toilet is like
on the curve.
On the curve, so it's like in between. I'm just like trying to get that goddamn phone out. I finally get the phone out and I look at it. It's fine. It's working. I had pee all over my hands, in my phone, and oh my god, it was horrible. Sonic kind of also panicked because he heard from outside the door a lot of things happened, and he was like, what did I do? And he didn't know it was me in there.
Yeah.
And then he said, hello? And it's like, hi, it's just me, Danny. It's just me, Danny. He said, are you okay? Yeah, I just dropped my phone in the toilet. There's pee everywhere. Oh.
Pants on your ankles, lying on the floor.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Phone stuck in the toilet.
It was horrible. And when I went back to the room to tell the guys that what I did, that was a horrible thing.
Wow.
It's actually right here. This is the phone.
The same phone.
This is the phone. So
make sure never to touch that. But yeah, still remember it. Got that scent. Beautiful. Okay. Why don't we put the pressure on right now? Okay. Okay, you're going to be first here on the gauntlet that is specially designed here for the Launders Show. It is now time for dupreeh to show us what he's made of. Okay, let's see if that French CS has improved upon the Danish CS that he built on for all of those years. It's time for dupreeh to face the gauntlet. Through the curtain, dupreeh. It's now time for dupreeh to show us how much grit he's got. Will he bring vitality to this challenge? Will his movement be good enough? Or will the new map take the spring right out of his step? It's time to start the gauntlet.
Ooh, interesting. All right, let's get this show on the road. Ah! So this is another long jump thing. Oh, I jumped too. No, that's very nice. I wonder if you hit that yellow thing, you're probably gonna die, so I'm not gonna do that. Okay, so far so good. Okay, so we got some kind of skippity-skip jump. Oh, surf. No! Oh, yeah, I made it. Oh. Easy Katka. Ah! This is a boat. Ah. Hello? Hello! It's bugged. Hello? I swear, you need to take at least 3 seconds off the time on that one. Oh my God, what did I just do? I'm literally too slow. Oh, that was close. No! Ah! Ah! I made it, don't worry about it. Oh! Oh! No! Yes! Woo! Can we call S-Attack and get him in here, please? Movement King, A-Core, maybe Alexi B, something like that. I'm pretty old, so movement is not my key thing, but I excelled in the shooting part, so I think that's fine. I think that was okay.
dupreeh, everyone. Well done. I was watching from the sidelines. Let me shake your hand again. First one, the bravest to set a time on the gauntlet challenge. How did you feel about your tries?
Started out decent, turned into horrendous, ended up fairly fair.
Like any good career, right?
Yeah. yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, you're actually right about that, and I'm going to tell you exactly what time that is. All right, let's make it official. Let's pull in the leaderboard. Assistant. Perfect. All right, these 2 times on the board are mine and Scrawny's.
Oh man, you played a lot compared to him.
Do you think you beat it?
No. I actually don't.
Well, the best part is that you don't know.
No.
Okay, so what we're gonna do now is make it official. But like all good contracts, you're gonna sign first, dupreeh.
Nice.
Come on, lock it in.
Is there a TOS somewhere I need to read?
Well, if you see this on eBay, I don't want to hear anything about it.
Uh-oh.
All right, that's a beautiful signature. All right, what number do you think I'm writing down right now, dupreeh?
I think it's hard actually. 149.
Yeah, you went with 149.
I'm still going with 149.
But I'm writing so many numbers down here. So like,
But that doesn't make sense if you're writing so many, unless you have all the decimals afterwards.
I like the confidence, but I mean, you really shouldn't be that confident. Okay, let's go ahead and reveal your time as the first official contestant of the gauntlet. 1:34.
Nice. That's impressive.
Yeah?
In some sense, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Maybe, I mean, for me, I think so, but meh, for others, meh.
That's true. Yes. The rest of us actually, we live in your shadow.
I'm glad that I've beaten both of you. I was worried that I wouldn't beat you.
Yeah. I'm
Not gonna lie.
I'm not as glad as you are, but I am proud of you, dupreeh.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. So 134, that puts you in first place. We've got a lot of guests coming up that are going to see this, and they're going to want your head, dupreeh. But I think you put a good foot forward.
I think it's decent.
Thank you so much, dupreeh, for being on the show, and thank you everybody for watching at home. Our next guest is going to be the man that nobody knows about just yet, and we're going to learn more together. So thanks for watching, and as always, it's been a blast. What's going on, Blast TV? Welcome in. Okay, dupreeh, come out on it.
Nice.
Our next guest, someone probably you have.